What's up everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we have a very special video because YouTube has just surpassed its 15th birthday, and I want to talk about what all the platform has accomplished over the years, why it has become so successful, and where I think YouTube and the video sharing industry as a whole is heading in the future. Before I get started, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave any video ideas you have in the comments. So let's get into it. YouTube was created in February of 2005, and the beta version launched in April of 2005, when the co-founder Jawad Karim, and I have no idea if I pronounced that correctly, it's spelled J-A-W-A-D, kind of just sounds like a little kid trying to say Jared, but I guess it's pronounced Jawad. He published the first video of him at the San Diego Zoo right in front of an elephant back in April of 2005, and that was the first ever video published on YouTube. Karim said the original inspiration behind creating YouTube was after watching Janet Jackson's performance at the 2004 Super Bowl halftime show when Justin Timberlake accidentally ripped off part of her clothes and exposed one of her breasts. Kind of a funny way to gain inspiration. I'm not sure if the original vision for the platform was to be a porn site or something like that, but hey, he claims that's where he got the idea, and clearly it's worked out well. The company launched by raising a total of $19 million from various venture capital funds over the course of 2005 and early 2006. The first video to receive 1 million views was a Nike commercial back in November of 2005. I guess that 1 million viewed video was enough to secure the extra financing needed to officially launch outside of beta mode, which occurred on December 15th, 2005. At the time, the platform was receiving around 8 million views per day. The company's first headquarters was actually stationed above a pizzeria, Amici's if you're familiar with it, in a Japanese restaurant in San Mateo, California. In October of 2006, roughly a year and a half after the beta launch, YouTube was acquired by Google for a whopping $1.65 billion in stock. Not a bad cash out for less than 2 years of work from the YouTube founders. Over the following years, the platform continued to grow steadily, hosting popular videos such as Charlie Bit My Finger in 2007,
Charlie bit me. Ah! Ah! Oh! Ouch! Ouch! Ouch, Charlie! Ow! Charlie! That really hurt!
Another one was the Evolution of Dance video, which was published in 2008, and then they launched the official Vivo channel in 2009, which pretty much changed the music industry forever, or at least the way people pay for music. By mid-2010, YouTube videos were being watched more than 2 billion times per day, which only rapidly increased, amounting to 4 billion views per day by the beginning of 2012. In 2012, YouTube had its first billion-viewed video, which was the legendary Gangnam Style clip that I think we all remember. Since then, I think we all know how the story goes. YouTube began opening up more revenue streams and began making it easier for content creators to get paid, make more money, and essentially contribute content to the platform in a financially incentivized way. In 2015, they launched the mobile app YouTube Kids in an attempt to segregate content designed for a younger audience and to capture more of that market share. Later that year, they launched YouTube Red, which is now called YouTube Premium, to offer their users ad-free content and premium-based content from their favorite creators. By this time, things were rolling along smoothly, and YouTube expanded its headquarters by purchasing a $215 million office park in San Bruno, California at the beginning of 2016. Over the past few years, YouTube has only exploded even more, creating more opportunities for both content creators and advertisers to reach a vast audience. At the making of this video, the platform pays out more than $8 billion per year to their partners and content creators as part of their revenue sharing program from YouTube advertisements. Today, 500 hours of video is uploaded to YouTube every single minute, And with the current state of our world and everything transitioning to digital, I see no sign of this slowing down. So now we have a little bit of background behind YouTube and how they became what they are today. So now I'd like to talk about why they became the behemoth that they are, and where I believe they're heading in the future, and more importantly, where I believe the video sharing industry as a whole is heading. YouTube was launched at a time when the internet and social media was just an infant, and they claimed their stakes as the go-to place for video. Back in the day, they didn't really have anything else to compete with. Now we have Vimeo, Flickr, and some other platforms that are big on video, but none of them even come close to YouTube's reach and market share. I believe they launched the platform at the right time, had enough connections in order to raise the money needed to get the site some initial traction, and people quickly latched onto it. Because prior to YouTube, quality videos were hard to find online, and as soon as people discovered YouTube videos, they saw a place that they could consume easy content without having to do any thinking or reading. There is a reason why people gravitate towards video over audio and reading. Video is easier to consume, and it requires less brain effort, and frankly, it's just more pleasurable to consume video because it sparks more than one stimulus in our brains and satisfies our mind. So the timing was perfect, but let's be real. The biggest advantage YouTube gained was when they were acquired by Google. When Google invested its resources and efforts into the site, everything took off to another level. Once this happened, YouTube now had the backing of one of the most powerful and well-funded tech companies in the world and all the resources that come with it. Google immediately began implementing strategies and investing resources into the platform, using sheer capital and manpower advantages to make YouTube the overarching champion in the video sharing space. Other platforms that came along shortly after simply could not compete with the resources and manpower of Google, hence coming up short. So that's my biggest belief as to why YouTube has become what it is today, and now they have such a large market share that it's going to be hard and take a big shift for another platform to take the reins as the leader in video sharing. But where are we headed next, and what exactly is going to happen to the video sharing industry over the coming years? I believe the video sharing industry is only in its infancy, and we are entering a golden age of online peer-to-peer video content. We are still knee-deep in the age of information, and more free, valuable content is being published each day. You can learn just about anything you want to learn in the world just by doing a little searching on YouTube. There's literally a video for everything. People say that you can now get an entire college education just by watching YouTube videos. I'm not sure how true that is, but while online content and education will never offer everything that a traditional education provider can, it is true that pretty much everything being taught on college campuses can now be learned by watching a 25-minute YouTube video. The amount of free content is only going to continue to grow and will most likely make it more and more difficult for traditional education providers to command the high prices that they do, as more and more young people are finding the information they need to succeed free of charge online. YouTube is now able to pay content creators and people that want to share valuable information very well for their content, incentivizing lots of smart people to give away their information for free rather than charging for it, and probably some dumb people sharing information as well. Whereas before we had people educating needing to monetize through things like online courses and other methods that incentivize them to hold back their best advice, now because so much advertising spend is being shifted to online mediums, content creators can profit from ads rather than charging consumers hefty fees to teach them their secrets. I believe this will only continue to grow as our attention as a society fully shifts from online platforms such as television, where much of the world's ad spend is currently directed, to online and mobile platforms. Advertisers are quickly catching on, and more companies will begin putting all of their advertising into online campaigns only. That $8 billion that YouTube can afford to pay their creators each year is only going to grow as more ad money gets dumped into online marketing campaigns. So I think YouTube will continue to grow and slowly start to catch up to the more traditional mediums in terms of the amount of ad money being spent on the platform as YouTube continues to become the television of our era. With that being said, I believe the video sharing industry as a whole will grow rapidly over the next decade, and other platforms will come in with some different monetization strategies that may take some market share away from YouTube. We are already seeing a lot of video attention shift to other social platforms such as Instagram TV and Facebook Video. Both of these platforms were not initially designed as video sharing platforms, but are now implementing video sharing strategies into their model. It's only a matter of time before Facebook begins expanding its own partner programs for both Facebook Video and IGTV, paying content creators for views on their platform. This will without a doubt cut into YouTube's market share in the video sharing community, and I believe other platforms will pop up as well that may incentivize creators to switch over from YouTube being their main platform for monetization. For instance, there's a platform called Patreon, which allows creators to set up premium content channels and allow their audience to pay a small monthly fee to see their exclusive content. Users usually pay something like $2 a month for access to a few of their favorite creators' exclusive content. Another company that is in its infancy stages is a company called Coil. Coil is a new platform that offers an alternative for how creators traditionally earn money on the internet. Instead of ad-based revenue, content creators are paid directly by users for the content they consume. This is called web monetization, and it's a new standard any website in the world can use by installing just 3 lines of code. Coil is a provider of web monetization, similar to an internet service provider like Comcast, that offers a $5 per month subscription for anybody who wants to support content creators directly. The benefits for the Coil subscriber is that they will get access to any and all web monetized content that is out there. While it's still early, the number of web monetized websites is growing quickly, and creators are already reporting earning 2 to 3 times more than they would from traditional platforms. One can imagine how over time, more and more creators will be incentivized to use this new standard and provide premium content to subscribers of Coil and other future web monetization providers. Now, you may be thinking that it's crazy to think that people will pay a monthly subscription for online videos when we have such an abundant amount of free content out there. But what happens when large production companies completely shift online and stop creating content for television after all? People are willing to pay $100, $150, sometimes $200 a month for cable. You don't think they're willing to pay $5 a month when all of their content and all the content they want to see is online anyways? I envision more and more production companies and content creators tailoring content specifically for their premium subscribers, and I see more and more people over the next decade canceling their cable subscription and paying a small fee to view endless exclusive content online. It's similar to Netflix and Hulu's model, except this will open up the ability for all content creators to get paid through subscription payments, rather than relying on ads from YouTube and charging for things like books and courses. Advertising will obviously not go away, as ads are a large portion of any media company's revenue, but we will start to see other monetization strategies come into play as more attention shifts online and online content gains more leverage. YouTube will of course be a major player in the next wave of video sharing, but I do foresee other platforms capitalizing on new market opportunities within the industry. So that's gonna wrap things up. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed the content, hit that like button down below for me. And also if you wanna join the community, hit that subscribe button, and I come out with videos a couple times a week. And of course, if you have any questions, comments, or any suggestions for future video topics that you guys wanna see me cover, go ahead and leave a comment down below, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.